Hey Rambo, kill them all and done. Kill them all and done.
With them one bag of lipping like a lipstick war. White for me name like a biscuit war. Hey, fat tell the frog this.
Step out in a stick to surrender. You are pussy like way on the burner. Cause you first the war. Run to the star. Straight kill the body ashes. The party mess up. You know, come and see to surrender your army. I be some palm, I be just like the army. You're so pussy but see that punani. Me have the most blood on them. The boy, them are fuck. Them are fuck. I'm about to man alone. What that for? What that for? You are God man for well before you mother. What that for? What that for?
Greetings viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Line TV. Massacre, Alkaline, Intense, Squash, just to name a few. Them artists that are run dancehall. Even though them are burn up the road, you still have new artists where emerge every single month, such as Silk Bass, One Big Dan, and Marksman. But what if I should tell you that there was a time in dancehall that I considered as the dark period when only a handful of artists emerge? Now one might say, in this time that we are living, it is way easier for artists to get to this mainstream because you have internet and you have smartphone, etc. But even if you did have internet and smartphone, alien and whatever you can think of during that period that I am speaking of, it would have still been that hard to make it out or to get that breakthrough in the music industry. And it is simply because of two giants in dancehall, two column in dancehall, Movado and Vybz Kartel. The feud between Mavado and Vybz Kartel blighted and murdered the future of many dancehall artists who would have been at the top of their game today, simply because the fans never want to hear what nobody have to say. All them want to hear is what Mavado had to say about Vybz Kartel in his next song and what Vybz Kartel had to say about Mavado in his next song. That feud actually spilled over and even into the street, into the school. Yes, life were lost. Crime and violence increased simply because of the feud between Mavado and Vybz Kartel, to the point where them have to keep meeting with the Prime Minister, the peace treaty, and everything. Me have all the information for you on how this feud began, what happened throughout that feud, and what is happening now. But before I get into all of that, I am asking you for one simple favor. Pause this video for a second and click that subscription button. Also, click the notification bell just so that you will be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded on this channel. If you are not new, then leave a like and leave a comment. But for whatever you do, just please subscribe. So yes, as I said, I will be telling you exactly how this clash started. Many did not know them two artists I did not the one camp. Them two artists I did one. In fact, them two artists I do sang together, we send them a road. But yes, we are going to get in it now. Coming from the dancehall mag, it said, Vybz Kartel burst onto the musical mainstream in 2003 after his feature on Bounty Killer's Girl Like Mine. His subsequent features with the likes of Wayne Marshall and even his own solo effort Start Well with Don Corleone formed the core of the new millennium sound. That followed was the beginning of what Vybz Kartel reign. He had the lyrical powers of a writer, and penning lyrics for Bounty Killer earned him access to various and eventually first-hand performing experience. He was able to build a distinct style that set him up to dominate, and he did until 2005. Now listen to what happened in 2005. This was where everything started. In 2005, Mavado has his breakthrough single, and it was such a smash hit that people immediately wanted to know who this artist was. Another protege of Bounty Killer, Mavado brought something fresh to dancehall. He brought a unique melody into his realm of the gangster, and he embodied that persona completely. He became a sensation, and that brought new eyes to Killer's alliance. But Mavado's star power was very massive. His singing appealed to the Christian minds, and we know Jamaica is a Christian country. Mavado became a clear threat to Vybz Kartel dominance, but perhaps the two did not see it that way initially. In 2006, Vybz Kartel left the alliance and struck out on his own, which started a feud between himself and Mavado that spiraled into an all-out war. All-out war. It was in earnest a war of lyrics, personal to a great extent, but not physical in nature. Eventually, the diss tracks back and forth spilled out into the underground street violence, and the two came together in 2007 by the police to publicly denounce their beef. So the clash started in 2006, and based on what transpired, based on what did happen, and it has spill over onto the street, in the schools and everything, police have to bring both of them together less than a year after to keep a peace treaty and to denounce the beef between the two. The feud subsided for a while when rumors say organizers of Sting, a prominent and long-running stage show, instigated a re-hasting of the beef in 2008. The feud culminated into a most anticipated clash between the two at Sting Dancehall Festival, with an uncertain verdict of who the winner was. The feud persisted into 2009. So in 2008, after them do the peace treaty, squash them beef, as me say, it was a huge clash. Sting organizers decide to put both of them into the ring at Sting to clash each other and entertain the crowd. May I tell you? You see, after this video, just type in Movado versus Vybz Kartel Clash 2008. That is undoubtedly one of the biggest clash we ever gone as Sting, we ever gone on camera, or ever gone live for a group of people. That clash show we how versatile both artists was even after the clash ended. The clash finished in the morning, and the moment Vybz Kartel stepped off of the stage, Vybz Kartel dropped the song that I was playing in the beginning. The song was a Run Like a Wounded Dog. To this point, may I wonder if that song was actually written before the clash and actually prepared and ready to be released, because that are the only way him could have released it so fast, even though it would have contradicted what I mean everything that happened, because Mavado actually did run in a sense off of the stage about 2 times and come back on. So that make you wonder if the song was actually constructed before or not. Them question it raised. As I said, the clash spill over into the street. But see nowadays people are say, yo, vendetta, they must say genocide, they must say this, they must say that. Listen, back in a them time it was only two. It is either Gaza and it was either Gully. Back in a them time when you go school, you have to pick a side and stick to it. And also, if you don't know what you do, you get beat up for say Gully and you get beat up for say Gaza. That was the extent that it was, which is why peace treaty and everything have to keep with the government and also the police. In a them time, as I said, you never have this bag of smartphone. You know you'd have a one phone, but it wasn't this smart. Internet wasn't so dominant. You could have go up on Google, but it wasn't really a case where you can put on service or you can just connect it to Wi-Fi. I never saw it go. So a lot of things different now, but back in a them days, in order for sure who you support, you never go up on no Instagram or nothing like that for post it. You used to buy a badge. When you buy the badge, it either have on Mavado or it either have on Vybz Kartel, and as so it used to go. And as me say, it never normal. It get to the point where even the artists themselves get very, very personal. Them say all is fair in love and war. But there are certain things we not expect say I go get talked about or I go bring to the forefront when it comes on to clash. you don't know you want to keep it lyrical, and also in keeping it lyrical, you don't want to get too personal and this nobody, but you reach a point where mother I get this, father I get this, pitney I get this a man a pitney favor no post, this a man a pitney a jacket, this a mother a fit. Hey, believe me, it did a get out of hand. And that is one of the reasons why many people I say, yo, this clash thing in a this a dance hall and no make no sense, because them assume say what happened with Movado and Vybz Kartel. If a clash like that fit happen in the dance hall, no, it is going to be worse, because a different species we are work with. No. The good thing though is that this clash build both artists. Rarely a clash build two artists. Most of the time, the artist will win, I go up, the artist will lose, I go down. In this one, the two artists them rise to the top. Normally when people are clash, them clash for 1 month or 2 month and that's it. This clash go on for decade. In fact, it is still going on now. Many might not believe, but it is still going on now. And as I said, it rise both artists to the top. During that period of time, many artists did that do it. Many artists did that try to get them boss. Many artists did that try to run the place. But as I said, nobody never did that listen to them. Simply because them never named Vybz Kartel and them never named Mavado. Most of the artists were boss during that era was basically when the clash was on pause for a while. So them get a chance to get the breakthrough. Cartel send couple artists a road, couple artists get sent a road by Bounty Killer, plus you know a couple artists just bust off of them own. But me can tell you, if that clash fi reignite, the same thing is going to happen. Many of them artists will feel like them around the place now. Nobody now go talk about them. Many of them artists will just go up on TikTok and make a video and bust. That now go happen. So it is a positive and it is a negative. But we have to use the positive to outweigh the negative, and the positive is that it bring the two artists to the top. It show the versatility of the artist, and also during that period, the fitter of the fittest were the ones that survive. If you did the in the Movado and the Cartel clash era, tell me down below who you feel like I lead the clash right now, because as I said, the clash not finished. But tell me who you feel I lead it and why. If you watch or whenever you watch the clash that happened 2008 at Sting, tell me also who you feel like won that clash, because for me it is a draw. Bless up.